American dream.
American dream, baby. American dream.
The American dream.
The American dream that's...
Number one, what do you think the American dream is?
The American dream is the opportunity that many seek from other countries, other places, you know. They bring their kids here or their families to have better opportunities, freedom, equality. Because in a lot of these places, you know, they're oppressed. They're not allowed to do what they want to do, and it's made very difficult for them to prosper in life and move forward. So, you know, most people come to America in order to find better opportunities, not only for themselves, but for their families and future children and grandchildren and all that, so that they can build a better life for themselves.
Okay. Saludos, señor. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, gracias a Dios.
¿Cuál es su nombre?
Reinaldo Moreno.
¿Te puedo hacer dos preguntas para un proyecto de mi clase de inglés?
Sí, señor.
Alright, la primera pregunta. ¿Cuál es su opinión en el sueño americano?
El sueño americano, like American Dream, para las personas que venimos de otros países.
For the people like us that come from a different country as immigrants, we hope that America has plenty of opportunities for us so we could build a family. We hope that everyone comes here has a chance of working, coming up from nothing, and being able to be successful. A good example of this is your mother and I. We both came here from DR with nothing, and now we both have stable jobs, and it allows us to provide for our family, and we could even enjoy ourselves. Our kids are grown, smart, they know what's right from wrong, and we have a beautiful house with the roof over our heads at all times. And an immigrant's American dream is to come to the U.S., work hard, make progress, make a good foundation for our future generations, and even maybe in the future we could return to our home countries knowing that we beat the odds, we triumphed, and we have achieved our American dream, and we did what's best for our family.
Y a lo mejor un día con el tiempo regresar a nuestros países de origen. Como que ya triunfamos en la vida, vivimos aquí tranquilos, progresamos, hemos creado para ustedes los hijos y ya que la oportunidad de creaciones.
All right, so my interview's on the American Dream, and the first question is, what do you think the American Dream is?
I think the American dream is to have a good, stable job, to raise a family, provide for them what you wouldn't be able to provide for yourself, to go on vacation every now and then, and to enjoy life as is in America.
All right. Second. Story number one details a kid that lives in a low-income family. He lives in a very bad neighborhood, surrounded by drugs, goes to a very bad school, he gets bullied, his family struggles to make ends meet. Growing up now, he works a minimum wage job. He hopes to find a better job soon and start working to buy his own house and car. He struggles to find a better job in about a year. For about a year, he doesn't. Eventually, he does, and now he begins to make his way towards his dream. His dream is to finding a way to make it easier for his future generations so they wouldn't have to work as hard as he did. And so it wouldn't be stressful. Story number two is about a high-income family kid. He grows up in a well-maintained household where his family goes on vacation once a month with pay. He grows up in a friendly neighborhood, and he goes to the best private schools first to 12th grade. Now he's 20 years old, and he works at a family company. He has internships set up for bigger and better brands. He lands multiple internships with ease. His dream has already been accomplished at a sense. At a young age, he was able to acquire all his success. Now he can shoot for the stars. He hopes to own his own multi-million-dollar company. Everything depends on where someone grows up. You look at your future like you look at your surroundings now. If you're in a family, for example, a family that is financially stable and has everything it needs, as a young adult, you start to realize that you already achieved a part of that American dream the second you were born. That's why for us as immigrants, people who grew up in poverty and nothing, we think about the American dream more. We have more minimalistic dreams that someone who was born here wouldn't really think about because they aim higher because they already have the necessities needed. Depending on your environment, if you grow up in poverty, you always think about progress in the future. You don't want to stop. You want to set a good base for your future and your family. But for someone who was born here into a financially stable environment, you think more in the moment since that American dream isn't as hard to obtain. The second question, Brianna Morel. The second question is, do you think that a person's environment in which they have grown up in affects their perception on the American dream?
Definitely. Like, I don't mean to play the race card, but you pause it.
I do the same thing.
But a person who grows up in a oppressed environment, someone who's a minority, someone who sees more struggles than someone else, they're clearly gonna have a different perception of what the American dream is and how they have to fight much harder to get what they want, get to where they want to be, as opposed to some white people, for example. They got, white privilege. Some of them don't think they have it, but they do. Much easier for them to get jobs, much easier for them to do what they want to do. They do things that other people do, and they don't get in trouble for it. Meanwhile, others suffer severe consequences. So I definitely think their environment plays a role in their perception of the American dream and how that works and how much more it means to those people who had to escape from something else or whose parents had to make sacrifices for them to be able to live the American dream. So yeah, for sure.
All right, this is part 2 to the question. All right, I'm gonna give you 2 examples, right? I'm not gonna play any races, but all right, we have a high-income family with a young man, right? They're both the same IQ, right? They're smart. They're both built the same. They're both. It's basically the same person. But this one's raised in a low-income neighborhood, surrounded by drugs, violence, all this nonsense. Okay, what do you think the difference in the American dream would be? Like, give me an example of his and one of his.
Well, clearly for the person in the low income and surrounded by drugs and all that, the one thing they're gonna want to do is get out of there, get their family out of there, make a living to be able to support themselves and not have to struggle through life, as opposed to someone who lives in a high income neighborhood who has everything handed to them. They don't know the struggle. To them it might even seem like a burden to have to go to these schools or whatever the case may be, because it's something they're used to. They don't really care for it as much, as opposed to the person in the low income who sees all these opportunities as a way to better their life and make something out of themselves, I guess.
Thank you, Brianna. Chocalo. Question is, do you think where somebody grows up can affect their perception or idea on the American dream?
Definitely. I think when you grow up with not having too much or being less fortunate, you have more of a drive and passion for, I think, achieving the American dream, because that goal to aspire and accomplish that is a little bit greater than those who grow up a little bit more privileged. So I think, your financial background, your culture, your ethnicity, all of those things play a factor in what you perceive the American dream to be.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.